What is going on YouTube? It's Chris Hunter here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a PvP deck setup and a gear setup along with my Jade gear and all that stuff. But before we hop into the video, I just want to give a huge thanks to you guys for sticking with me throughout the first month of my YouTube. It's been crazy. I'm enjoying it so much, and I've come very far so far, so I want to thank you guys for that. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments, every single one of them. So again, the second thing I want to bring up before I get into the video is sometime next week we'll be doing the meet and greet along with all of the hatching giveaways and some of the pack giveaways that I'm going to be doing. So I hope you guys will enjoy that, and yeah, let's go hop right into it. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the gear first. For the hat, I like to use the Hood of Desert Rains. It gives the critical, the damage, the resistance, and the health is pretty good on it. So I do like this compared to what I used to use, which was the Clanger. You can go ahead and compare the two. For the robes, I'll usually switch between the Black Thunder and the Zeus's robe. I do use the Zeus's robe more than the Black Thunder because I do like the accuracy it gives, and the health is pretty good. So I would recommend using the Zeus's robe if you have it over the Black Thunder. Unless you're trying to go for a resist, then use the Black Thunder. Go right into boots. The one that I use the most is the Heavy Rain slippers, and I will switch between those and the Frost-covered Mantis boots. The Frost-covered Mantis boots gives the block, the resist, and the the pure damage on it, which is amazing. So I do like that. We'll go ahead into wands. I like to switch between the War Axe and the Hades staff. The Hades staff I'll use if I'm going, a lot of crit, and I just want to get those small spam hits off. The War Axe I like to use when I'm going all around gear stat-wise. It's got the block, the damage, the crit, along with the pierce and power pip percent chance, which is amazing. That's why I like the War Axe, which you can buy in the bazaar. For the Atham, I like to switch between the Blade of the Felled Titan and the Duelist Fatal Razor. What you're losing when you switch to the Duelist Fatal is 8% power pip, which is a lot. Although, if you are using the Duelist Fatal Razor, which you're probably going to be spamming, you're going to be using low pip hits, which will make up for the power pip. Duelist Fatal Razor, all around, or Blade of the Felled Titan, all around good Atham. It's got the block in it, damage is pretty good, power pip's amazing, and the outgoing is really good. So let's move on to amulets. We got the Horizon of Underworld Charm. That gives you 489 health, plus Snowdrift card. I really like this. If you don't have the Amulet of Divine or one of Morgant's amulets, definitely recommend using this for the health. Let's move on to rings. The ring, I like to use the Alpha and Omega ring for mostly everything. The one time I'll switch it up is if I want to go with pure damage, which I'll use the Storm Owl's ring. Now, what it does differently is just the 2% damage right there. But Alpha and Omega ring, definitely try and get it. You can get it from the Gladiator and Aquila. The Atham you can get from Cronus and Tartarus in Aquila. Okay, so let's go on to pets. Pets, I have pretty much 3 pets that I'll use depending on how I'm feeling. Lord Shadow, he's my favorite. He has the triple critical, double damage stats. Joey has the double damage, double critical, and may cast Infoul. And then Mr. Whiskers has the triple critical, Storm Dealer, and Fairy. So I like all 3 of these. You can hatch with me whenever. If you see me in game, just ask me. I'll usually say yes. So now for deck, I use the deck of Shadow Lightning. I have all of the decks because I farm Morganth a lot, and this is my favorite deck by far for Storm, which is the Pip deck. I'm going to go back through it one more time, tell you guys where you can get all the gear if you're confused about any of it. Hood of Desert Rains, you can craft it in the Sardonyx. The robes, Black Thunder and Zeus, both drop from Hades. Boots, the Heavy Rain slippers you can get from the Crown Shop. The black boots you can get from the Sardonyx. Now let's go into wands. This you can get in the Crown Shop. The Hades staff is from Hades. I went through where you got that. This is the Bazaar. Went through where you can get that. Hatching with me. And this is from Morganth. So, let's go on to see what the stats are like with this gear. We've got 106 damage. Resist is taking a toll, but the critical makes up for it, which is 533. Now, let's say we wanted to go with the balanced stats. All around pretty good stats. We'd maybe put on the black boots, maybe Black Thunder, and now let's take a look. We got 114 damage, 18 resist to all schools, and then 38 to the elementals, 13 accuracy to storm, 455 crit, 197 block, 88 power percent chance, 22 in, 17 out, and 8% pierce. Really, really good stats this is. I really like using this gear setup sometimes for PvP. And yeah, the last gear setup I'm going to show you guys is my Jade gear. For my Jade gear, I got it in 9 packs, which is very, very lucky to get. I got the hat, the robe, the boot, and the wand. So, all level 100. First one is the Jade Hood of Mystery. You get 22% resistance with it. That's what I use it for. The robe, same thing, you get 23% chance plus that 40 block. And the boots you get, where is it? 17% resistance and 65 block, so it's pretty good. The wand, Silver Order of the Spiral, 100 block and 24 outgoing, so that's pretty good. The Atham, I like to use Heartsteel, gives that 5% resistance, and if you were to go to the Crown Shop, under accessories, scroll down a bit, you will find the Heartsteel for 260 crowns. Next, for my Jade gear, I like to run with the Life Mastery and the Ring of the Dying Star, along with my Jade Pet. My Jade Pet is not good at all. It's just got double resist, which is why I call it that. So, with this I have 80% resistance and 223 block, along with 69% power pip and 74 outgoing. So that's very, very good. Now, we'll put on my regular gear, and we're going to make the new 1v1 deck. So, the reason why I'm making a new 1v1 deck for you guys is because I want to change it up a little bit. I want to go for a different strategy I have been kind of leaning towards, which I'm pretty sure I'll like. So, I had recently made this deck previous to this video, a little earlier today. I'm going to go through why I did each thing. So the first thing I did was put in Colossal and Gargantuan. You know, you're obviously going to want to put those in because for Storm, I like to have my hits in my main deck and my necessary ones in my TC deck. So, you know, I always like to have them enchanted. I'm pretty sure every single person who plays this game has enchants for damage, because, you know, at this point in the game, if you don't have an enchant on a spell, it's not going to be that much damage. It's just how it works. Now, then what I went on to say was, I explained how Cloak and Tower Shields can be a very, very useful strategy. The reason I say this from Cloak, you might be saying, why is he going to cloak a Tower Shield? Like, they're obviously going to know it's a Tower Shield. Yeah, that's true. Although, if you cloak a Tower Shield and you have a black mana on, it will never ever fizzle. You're always going to power through with a cloak on something. The cloak can be on the Dispel, it can be on the Infection, it can be on the Legend Shield, or the Volcanic Shield. But then, well, not but if someone does black mana at you and you're nervous you're going to fizzle something, go ahead and cloak a Tower Shield or something. You're always going to get that power through. Next thing, I put one stun block in. Stun block is very useful, especially with a lot of strategies people use. I know if people stun block against me, it ruins my strategy a little bit. Ice, it can ruin theirs with Winter Moon, stuff like that. I went on to put 2 Volcanic Shields in, Max Tower Shield, And then I stayed along the line with shields. I put in 1 Legion shield and 2 volcanic. So that's for the shielding side of things. Then we went on to debuffs. For debuffs, I put in 1 infection, and I put on 3 dissipates, which is a storm spell. So after we had all that, we realized that strike was a necessary thing to do, so we put on 4 of these. Then all that we had left was hits. So we went back to storm. We put in 3 insane bolts, 5 wild bolts, 1 storm bat, 3 krakens, 2 catalans, 1 storm shark, 3 tritons, 2 king arts, 1 levy, and 2 storm owls. Now I'm going to go through and explain why I chose these various different types of spells. I chose 3 insane bolts because, you know, if you're ever in that situation where you're probably going to die, you're not going to have a good chance of winning a match, and you need to kill them. Insane bolt is a very, very newbie spell that storms get criticized for, so always have 3 of those in. That's what we're known for. 2 king arts. With the higher spells, you don't need a lot of the hits on them. Maybe 1 or 2 you can put in. I like to use 2. King art is a very, very powerful spell with that colossal on it. It's doing around 1400 base plus your damage. You're gonna slay with that if you can have a chance to use it. 3 krakens. Kraken's one of my favorite storm spells. It does so much damage for the amount of pips it does. A Leviathan, I put in 1 of them compared to maybe a 1 king art, 2 levies, because levy I like to use between ice and anyone that blade stacks. You know, the levy is good for damage, and it does take off those 2 blades, so it's pretty good. I went into storm bat. Storm bat's a good 2 pip hit. You know, it's pretty much doing like a 100 wild bolt. The storm owl, if you have a chance to use storm owl in a match, you get a free shot, take it. Always, always use it. In mostly any situation, it's probably going to be the right one, because the base on it is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Storm shark, I like to put in 1 storm shark because it's an odd pip hit. Does pretty good damage, and if you get a new pip, you can get it off pretty quickly. Along with odd pip hits, I did put in 2 catalans, I just saw. Catalan I like to use right off the bat if I can. Catalan, if they have 0 resist and you crit on them, it's doing around 3400, which I've seen happen a lot. It's a pretty good spell, guys. I'd recommend crafting it if you can, or trying to farm Lore Master for it. 3 tritons. Triton's a really good spell. I like to use it again early on in the game. Gets a lot of their damage out, and they'll start to get a little worried. 5 bolts. Great shield breaker, great weakness debuffer, and it can slay if you get that 1000. So then I went on to get heals. I put in 4 healing currents and 3 bubbles just because if they change your bubble, put it back up, and if you need a heal, heal up. So TC deck. 3 tower shields, 1 triage, 3 infallibles, and I'll go ahead and explain these 3. Tower shield, very nice TC to have. If you never draw a shield in your main deck, you can try and get it. Triage, good for death, it's good for fire, it's good for spiny sore, and it's good for some ices who use Ice Angel or Frostbite. So triage, pretty good spell. It only takes up 1 slot in your TC deck. Why not have it in there? Infal is great for Pierce. That's pretty much why I use it. Empower, I put in 1 because if they ever are debuffing you like crazy, you just got Ifrited, pop the Empower. Why not? Insane Bolts, last resort. A Kraken, pretty good damage if you're trying to get that last hit on them. A Lightning Bat if you can't draw anything. 3 Stormlords. I'm actually going to put in 4 Stormlords because Stormlord, I do love the stun on that thing. It's great. 1 Wild Bolt, and then 6 Black Mantle. So that's my TC deck, guys. If you take a picture or pause the video of this, give me a second here, and you can go ahead and pause the video or take a picture for this. So definitely go and imitate this deck, guys. It's really, really useful. Stats are OP if you use them right. Look forward to my meet and greet, which I'll be getting out to you guys soon. Don't worry about that. and we're gonna do some giveaways with hatching and a lot of that jazz. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Expect many videos since it is summer. I'm going to be trying to get out to you guys at least one a day, if not two. And tomorrow is Father's Day, so don't forget that. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Chris Hunter, and we will see you later. Peace out.